Hello vinyl lovers, Uncle Roddus here again. Video time again. Records arrived. So I had a couple of pre-orders arrive that I've been waiting on for a couple of weeks or so. And the other day I got on Facebook and I saw an offer come up for some records. There was a brace of records that he wanted to sell as a bundle, and I had a look, and there was two that I really wanted, that I've been wanting for quite a while. So, and the other two looked, I was kind of familiar with and looked quite interesting. And then he chucked in another one at the, before the sale went ahead, actually, and so I got 5 records. The guy was selling records that he had as double ups, so he's got a pretty vast collection by the sound of it, and he had some double ups, and he was actually going to donate the money to a suicide prevention thing up around his district, so that was pretty cool. So I'll show you what I got. So this one was one I was definitely after. It's a compilation. Now whenever I get around to posting this video, you probably won't remember, but I posted a video of all my New Zealand compilations, just a flick through video, just recently actually, and this wasn't in it, of course, because it's only just arrived. Goat's Milk Soap, 1981 on Ripper Records, and so it's got things like the Mockers, the Swingers, Pneumatics, Instigators, Toy Love, Dance Macabre, Mimes, Scream Mimes, and a few other slightly more obscure names on it. The ones from the bands, the bigger bands that I just mentioned, the tracks aren't their normal sort of tracks that they were well known for. They were lesser known tracks. I've only listened to it once so far. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a fantastic compilation. I've got a lot better ones. It is one that is a little bit sought after. Now the sticker at the bottom, it came out on Ripper Records, but it was compiled by Radio B. That was the university station, Radio B. Yeah, Radio B is what they're called. That was the university station. There is a blurb inside here which is actually explaining a bit about the compilation. Now, a few people on Facebook said, hey, that sticker is very, very rare. They don't come with that sticker very often. I'm not sure of the story behind the sticker, and it turned out the guy that wrote the sleeve notes is on the Facebook page, and he couldn't quite remember what the deal was either. I was thinking that the station itself at the time had some copies, because of course they compiled it, and they had some copies that they were probably flicking on or giving away or whatever, and they stuck their sticker on it. So that's a wee bit of a unique thing, because a couple of people have said to me, I've never seen that sticker before, that's very rare. The one on Discogs hasn't got the sticker on the picture of the cover that they used for the Discogs listing. So so that is one that's been reasonably elusive for me for my compilation, New Zealand compilation collection. The other one I picked up, unfortunately it's a little bit noisy, but I'll see how it goes when I haven't cleaned it yet. Next one I picked up is this one, fantastic compilation. You'll see in my last video I showed the Damned compilation they put out around about the same time. This is from 1981, so a compilation of all their early singles. So there are 10 songs. I know this so well. I used to have a copy of this, and I do have it on CD, and I've been meaning to get it back on vinyl. It's just wall-to-wall incredible music. I only have one of the Banshees LPs, which I'm not that familiar with. I haven't played it that much. I got given it a few years back. I'd like to get the companion record to this, Volume 2 or whatever they call it, which has some of their later singles on it. I do have the B-side CD box set, that upside down, that came out probably about 20 years ago by now, which is quite cool. So it'd be good to have both of the volumes of that to go with that, and then have the A and B sides of most of their earlier singles. I don't know what time period the second volume covers. I'm not familiar. So some of the other 3 records that he had in the set, well, the first 2 that the set was advertising was this. Now I saw it was a wire record, and I know wire record, and I didn't even think much more about it, because like I say, I was really after the first 2 that I showed you. But this is so it's all bonus material from now on, and I mean I picked these up for basically the whole 5 of them for $200. This was sealed brand new. It's a record store day release, I believe, from 2022. It's a demo compilation of demos of songs, a lot of songs from their LP, their second Cheers Missing and 124, and some unreleased tracks. And yeah, this is pretty impressive. And it's apparently it originally was released unofficially as a bootleg, I think, a cassette bootleg, very lo-fi, pretty bad recording of the, or third, fourth generation, whatever, rip of it. And so this is being beefed back up to studio quality, and it sounds really good, and there's some pretty impressive songs on it. I do have the reissues of those two albums that most of this comes from. Those albums I'm not as familiar with as I am with Pink Flag, because that was the one that I had when I was younger, and that was the one that I got into hugely back in, especially that track No.206, which was on a late night radio show many years ago, that influenced my taste in music in a big way. So that was a good score. And then this one was also a brand new sealed, and I think it was also a Record Store Day release, again from 2022. Yeah, it must be 2022, because it's the 40th anniversary of the debut Virgin Prunes, If I Die, I Die. Now, I was familiar with the Prunes. I mean, I'd read about them back in the day, and I knew, this album title was familiar, but I don't think I'd ever heard it, to be honest. It's a gatefold reissue with a 16-page booklet and on clear vinyl. Yeah, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. The guy that sold it to me said there really is stuff, some EPs that they put out were quite a lot weirder than this. He said it was produced by one of the guys from Wire, apparently. So that was pretty cool. And the last record that came with this little bundle, which was the bonus that he chucked in, so to speak. This is not brand new. This is second hand. It's an original copy. Is it New Zealand? Yeah, it's a New Zealand issue. Tones on Tail. So this is a side project of is it Daniel Ash, who was in Bauhaus. I don't have any Bauhaus of their music, to be honest. I'm familiar with a couple of songs, Bella Lugosi, and their utterly fantastic version of Telegram Sam. I've only listened to these once, but this is really good. I really enjoyed it, and a lot to take in. There's probably, it's going to grow on me. It's going to be a pretty good LP, and same with the Virgin Prune. So, all in all, a very good score. All good records. I enjoyed all of them, and I think I'm going to enjoy them a lot more. Now, the ones that have just come in. So, playing behind me is the new Death and the Maiden LP. This is their third vinyl LP. A lot of the times these bands have had early releases on Bandcamp that never got a physical release, so I'm not sure whether this is if they have any more recordings, but I have their other two LPs, and I've seen them live a couple of times, and they played in support of this record just a couple of weeks ago, and I went and saw that, and I actually showed another record I picked up that same night. This is what's playing behind me, so it's kind of gothic shoegaze with an electro backbeat. Really cool. I love this band. I think they're one of the best in New Zealand. This LP does not disappoint, and they were really great live. I've seen them a couple of times. I'd like to see them with they play little venues. They're just a small amateur band, really, small part-time band. I mean, this lady on the cover, I'm not sure what her name is. She's the bass player and the singer. She's in another band that I've got a record of from way back about 5 years ago. Bad Sad, was it? Yeah, really, really, really cool record, really cool. And the other one that just came out was this one, the new Sin City. This is their second LP. So there are two members of the Cavemen in this. Now the Cavemen are a raw garage punk band who were based in the UK for quite a while, although I believe they're back in New Zealand now, and they have about 6 or 7 records, LPs out over the last sort of 10 years almost now. But this is a little side project for the two kind of leaders of that band. Sin City, another round. It's kind of an alcohol fueled sort of thing. This is kind of, I mean, it's not as good as the first LP, which I really rated when it came out a couple of 3 years ago. Actually, when the Cavemen played here the first time I saw them a couple of years back, I said to one of the guys, I really enjoyed that Sin City LP, and he goes, oh yeah, we should come down and do some gigs down here, but they haven't yet. So Burrito Brothers is a very good reference point for this. This LP, I've only just got it here today, just played it the once, not as good. Not on good on first listen as the first one. It's not as immediate for me. Although the last track was really impressive, same sad song, there was a nice long guitar break in that, which I really enjoyed this afternoon. So yeah, pretty cool. So this is cool to have. It's not on 112 Records, which I thought it was their last LP, and some Cavemen, a couple of the earlier Cavemen records are on 112 Records, which is a great boutique label here in New Zealand, based in Auckland, I think, who have a very diverse but fantastic catalogue of records. Yeah, so that is a lot. And also my wife insisted that I show this, a record that she loves a lot. That I actually picked this up for her because she had a copy but it was buggered from memory, and we got this off Discogs via Australia, the music of Walt Disney. This is it's actually a New Zealand copy. It might be a New Zealand only release, even though I had to get it from Australia via Discogs seller. I don't know what year it is. 1962, maybe? No, that's not right. Shit, I don't know. It's got the old fold back sleeves on the back of it there. Yeah. So they're all folded along the outside, which is what they used to do with a lot of New Zealand releases back in the 60s and into the early 70s. Yeah, not my cup of tea, but yeah, so that's a little prezzy for the wife. As a matter of fact, it hasn't even got a sleeve. What the hell hasn't it got a sleeve? She lost it. And that's me for this time. No more records in the, one more record in the post, but I got a feeling that they're going to turn around and say they can't get their hands on it, ordered off their website and that, so they're probably going to have to give me credit back for that one. So yeah, there are there's just so many on my want list, but now that work's picked up, I can sort of splash out a wee bit and buy a few, but yeah, that'll do me. Alright, hope you had a good day, and happy hunting, folks. Catch you next time.